Hello, beloved, and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is going to be all about if you've lost faith, where do you go from here? Or messages around maybe why you've lost faith. I know that sometimes we go through a dark night of the soul, and sometimes we're just in the void, and it's divinely aligned for us to be in that dark, watery womb, that transition space where we feel like we're putting in effort, but nothing's happening. Maybe you're being asked to rest, but you're used to pushing forward. So whatever the case is for you on why you've lost faith, maybe you've been working towards success for a long time and it just hasn't happened yet. Or maybe you've been looking for your one true love and it hasn't aligned in the way that you were hoping. But everything happens for a reason, and so I wanted to provide a reading for those of us who are losing faith, just to bring some more faith into the picture and some guidance from your spirit team. So before we get into the reading, I just want to say that my readings are really meant to bring healing and clarity and support. So if any part of the reading doesn't fit with you or isn't aligning, please just let it go and let it flow. If most of your reading fits and aligns with you, but there's just one or two small details that don't, it could be for somebody else watching. So without further ado, let's get into the group selection. Tune in with your intuition. Pause the video if you need to, and maybe even close your eyes, taking 3 deep and slow belly breaths to ground and center your energy. Then open your eyes and you will feel one of the groups really calling out to you and your heart. To jump ahead to the group that you've selected, scroll down to the description box below and you will see the timestamps where you can click and select your group. Okay, so if you selected group 1 with the partnership card, then this is going to be your reading. So your card says partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with, build up a talented support team. So I am receiving some messages, but I want to get into your song first. So each group today is going to have a song and there's going to be a song reading portion. So your song is called Oh I Love You by Essie Jane. So I'm going to pause the video, go and listen to the song, and then come back and let you know what messages came through for you. Okay, group 1, so I just finished listening to your song and it was echoing some of the same messages that I was feeling from your card. So you may have a burning sensation or desire to, I don't know, it might even be undescribable, but you might be yearning for something. So I wrote repeated tries or effort and practice. So there might be something that you've been practicing for a long time, or you've repeatedly tried this many times or put in effort several times. But when you give in, this is when the magic happens. So the message of don't resist was coming up. So it's almost like you're worried about this or that or getting it perfect or having all your ducks in a row. And then as soon as you say, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do it like this, that's when it all kind of starts happening for you. So when you feel the urge to act or move forward on this thing, then do it. Don't wait for everything to be perfect or feel like you need more practice, because you've already been practicing for a long time. You've already been repeating your tries or effort towards this. So it's almost like you need to give in and let your emotions flow. Try again. If there's something that you feel like you've tried so many times and it just hasn't worked, you're being asked to try again and to let your emotions come through while you're doing it. Let your emotions flow. I was also getting the message that grounding could be really good for you because you could be having distractions that are taking your attention and focus away from whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or achieve or work on or bring into your life. So this could be like distractions around you in your environment, maybe people. So a really good way to center yourself is to do grounding. So whether that's taking a walk in nature, meditation, deep breathing, breath work, salt baths, whatever it is that you do that really allows you to ground your energy, even exercise. This can help you to keep your focus on where it needs to be, on what it is that you're working on or calling in, and not getting distracted so easily from other energies around you. This is something that gains momentum with time and repeated effort. So I know that's not what we always want to hear, but it's definitely something that gains momentum with time and repeated effort. So definitely don't give up and keep trying again. The next message was, you will receive the support that you need. There was a point in the song in which a second voice came in and created a beautiful harmony or melody with the other voice that was singing. And this secondary voice kind of brought in a different element than the first voice had. It was like, for example, a soprano and an alto like singing together and like rounding each other out. And this really made me think of your card, which is all about partnership, teamwork, trustworthy people, having support. So the message is really coming through that you will get the support you need, and maybe whatever it is that you're working on kind of requires a team effort or a partner in some way. You will meet someone or a group of people who will be a mirror for you and will help you to see all of the things about yourself that you may not be able to see about yourself. And this is more like in a good way. Sometimes we think about our shadow being, negative things about ourselves, but even our positive traits and characteristics that we just don't see about ourselves or aren't willing to see or associate with ourselves. Maybe we have imposter syndrome. So this person or group coming in to help and support you will help you to see those things about yourself or whatever it is that you're working on or calling in. And moreover, they will also be able to maybe see where they can help, where they can offer something that you don't have, and can help you to like round out your skill set and offer more to the project that you're working on, or bring in some additional elements that you don't already have. This person or group could be a soulmate or a group of souls who you're connected with in some way, and it's a good match for you. Things begin picking up after you meet this person or group and you create something beautiful together. So those are the messages that we got from the song and from your first card. And now let's go ahead and get into the next deck. Okay, so messages for group number 1, please, Spirit. Messages for group 1. What are some messages for them if they're losing the faith? What do they need to hear or know right now? Okay, we have crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. And at the back of the deck, we have stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. So I just pulled out the booklet. So it says the stellar gateway is the highest of our chakras and is found about 12 to 24 feet, which is about 3 to 6 meters above our head. It is the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field, and holds our life's potential, as it holds all the intentions that we set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space, and when we connect with it, we come into alignment with all aspects of our soul's journey, including when we were a part of the cosmos. There's something called, I think it's called the 0 point field. I'll have to look it up, and if I find it after this, I'll stick it in here. But I used to attend this breathwork ceremony, and we would go to the 0 point field. And this is what this is kind of reminding me of, with no time and space, and helps you to access more of like the cosmos and your soul path. So there's definitely something here about connecting to what it is that you're trying to manifest in your imagination, in your meditations, in your spiritual connections, and in the spiritual realm first. So if it hasn't shown up in your life yet, then connect with it in the spiritual realm, connect with it in your meditation, and this will almost help to pull it down from the spiritual realms into the earthly realm, or at least send that signal and message that you are a magnet for what it is that you're looking to attract. But this is a really good sign that if you're losing the faith, this is a good technique to align with what it is that you're looking to bring in. Even manifestation practices, especially like visualization, really I'm getting meditation could be really helpful. So for example, let's say you're trying to call in a partner. You could do a call in your partner meditation, for example. So look for meditations guided that can help you to call in what it is that you're beginning to lose faith about and want to bring into your life. But the reason why you want this so badly is because it is destined for you. It is a part of your soul's path and journey, perhaps even beyond this lifetime. Maybe you're on a bigger assignment that is beyond this lifetime and is an assignment that you've been working on for several. So this is big work. Don't be hard on yourself if things aren't happening right away. This could be something that, like I said, you've been working on for many lifetimes. And so give yourself the benefit of the doubt and don't forget your spiritual connections, because that is really going to be the starting point for bringing in whatever it is you're looking for. Okay, messages for group 1, please, Spirit. If they're losing the faith, what do they need to hear or know right now? Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Wow, a lot of pentacles. So you're really trying to manifest something physical and earthly into your life here. Knight of Swords. And at the back of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So you could be trying to manifest some kind of success into your life, whether that's a certain career path, role, or position, whether it's a certain amount of money you're looking to make, a certain socioeconomic bracket or status that you're trying to get into. Maybe you're trying to provide a certain kind of lifestyle for your children or family. Maybe you want to provide yourself with more independence so that you don't have to financially rely on others or on an organization or company. And like mentioned in the song, you've been working on this for quite some time. Maybe you're trying to break free from your family line in terms of like how much money your parents were able to make and your grandparents were able to make, and you're really trying to break through that glass ceiling, so to speak. And now Temperance is coming through to say, have patience, have time. And there's some message again about your emotions needing to flow. So you might have some emotions that are blocked, and maybe it's blocking you in some way from this level of financial security that you're looking for. So I would definitely look into some practices for feeling your emotions and giving them a healthy space to breathe. I know for me, if I give myself a creative outlet, it really helps me to express my emotions, whether it's dancing, singing, painting, reading tarot. These things really help me. Having a good cry. If I'm angry, punching my pillow, like not saying to direct those heavy emotions at others, but just to give yourself space to feel them within yourself and acknowledge them. It's almost like acknowledging how things haven't worked and that's really disappointed you before like it happening, in a sense. So it's like journaling maybe about you know, how upset you are that things haven't worked out in the way you thought, or like dancing or stomping your feet, whatever it is to help you like really feel your disappointment and get it out. And then from there, fresh ideas are able to come in. Communication is able to come in from your guides and source that will allow you to know which step to take, which direction to go in. Okay, messages for group 1, please, Spirit. Okay, I'm gonna put that back. Okay, we have you are brilliant. Yeah, you are brilliant, and something is ready to come through you and into the world. Like, think of the person who created Star Wars. They had this idea and it took so much to probably make it happen. Who I don't know their story, so this is kind of a bad example, but like, you know, let's say they had no way of making it happen. They had never directed a film before, written a film, and so they had to write it first, which was a whole challenge. And then they had to find a producer. Maybe they weren't connected in Hollywood, so on and so forth, all the way till when that's all aligned, they then have to get the funding, get the costumes, get the makeup, get the actors, find the funding to pay everyone. So this is a similar situation in the sense that I was saying it's taken you a lot of tries and repeated effort and practice, but you are brilliant. Don't doubt your brilliance. Don't doubt the fact that it's going to happen, and don't doubt that you are the channel which it's going to come through. Okay? That's for sure. It's just about, as it says at the back of this card, stop pushing and striving. So right now it's almost like you need to let your emotions come through, cease resistance, not give up, but give in. And as soon as you do that, then things start flowing. Okay, we also have one next step. So you could be one next step away from, I think, meeting this group of people or meeting this person who's going to really be able to support you with this. Okay, messages for group 1, please, Spirit. Messages for group 1. Okay, we have wishful thinking. You are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. Yes, absolutely. And at the back of the deck, we have inner child. You are currently healing old emotional wounds. And that makes a lot of sense with needing to let the emotions flow and that almost being a blockage. So maybe you're healing some inner child wounds, or, you know, things that happened to you as a child growing up that are still having you think in a certain way or believe certain things about yourself in the world today. And maybe you're focused on healing that, or this is a call to focus on healing that, because when you do that, it's almost like it's part of your manifestation process, because it's the clearing out that you need to do as you're calling in, or even before you're calling in. I was also seeing this card, Page of Cups. Yeah, I see like creative ideas coming to you and you being creatively inspired. Almost like your inspiration is connected to your emotions. So you can't numb out your emotions, because really that's what connects you to your expression. So you want to connect in with your emotions, even if they aren't always easy, because that's what's going to allow you to express yourself in the world and bring in that abundance that you're looking for, whether it's financial, whether it's inspiration, whatever it is. Okay, let's get an animal card. An animal to represent group 1, or a guide that's currently guiding them. Okay, we have the dog. Let go of guilt and love unconditionally. And at the back of the deck, we have the ant. Let go of feeling alone. You are a vital part of the hill. So maybe you're feeling, oh, and this wants to come out, the gorilla, gentleness and strength. There's a lot of images here with the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and now the gorilla, where it's a parent holding a child. So take this as it resonates for you. This could be a message around you and your child, or maybe it's you and your parent, maybe it's you parenting or learning about your own inner child, but take it as it resonates for you. I am seeing that. You may have some emotions such as guilt or shame that are holding you back, whether it's around yourself, your upbringing, your family, your experiences. So maybe some forgiveness, some self-forgiveness, and learning how to love people unconditionally, even if they are imperfect. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean you don't need to have boundaries with people. Please certainly set the appropriate boundaries with the appropriate person. But yeah, not being so hard on yourself and others. And it's okay if people have disappointed you in the past. It doesn't mean that you won't find, partnerships, friendships, support groups going forward. You don't have to do this alone. And if you are working to manifest something specific in your life, once again, I see support and help coming in. So don't feel like it's all on you to make this happen. Okay, and let's get some final closing messages from this deck here for group number 1, please, Spirit. We have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, I'm gonna get one more. Messages for group 1, please. Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. And at the back of the deck, we have, wait, it's not yet time, things are being woven. Okay, so in order for you to meet this person or group, you're going to have an intuitive call to go there. It may not make logical sense to you, but you may feel like pulled to a certain place. So make sure to follow your intuition with, attending, not attending, going to places, because Spirit is trying to lead you to be in the right place at the right time. Although you've been in this energy of, wait, it's not yet time, things are being woven, and that still may be the case now, just know that you are moving towards an adventure, to saying yes to change, to acting on this inspiration with this group and creating something beautiful with them, to seeing your manifestation come to fruition. Okay, I'm feeling one final card from this deck actually. So let's go ahead and get one final card for group 1 here. What is a final message that they need to hear to help them keep the faith? Power struggle. You may be involved in a power struggle between 2 or more people. And at the back of the deck, we have limiting beliefs. The situation calls for reprogramming of your belief system. Yeah, and that's, I think, why processing your emotions was coming in so much, because your mind might be in a power struggle with an old way of thinking and believing and a new way of thinking and beliefs. So you could be in this transitionary period where you're still learning to trust in this new way of seeing the world and believing in things, whether that's yourself, other people, projects. So although I can feel that you're in this transition stage right now, that may be a bit of a challenge to sit in, just know it's all divinely guided. It's all happening for a reason, and you are moving towards that change, that manifestation coming to fruition, and this new way of thinking and seeing the world that's going to help bring new inspiration to you. Okay, group 1, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. Please go ahead and like this video if you liked it, or subscribe to my channel so that I can do more readings for you in the future. And I will see you next time. Bye. All right, so if you selected group number 2, then this is going to be your reading. So you have the card Polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. And we're also going to start the reading off with a song reading. So the song that you got is Champagne Poetry by Drake. So I'm gonna pause the video, go and listen to the song, and I will come back and let you know what messages it has for you. Okay, group 2, so I just went ahead and listened to your song, and I wrote down all of the messages that came through. You had a lot of messages, and it felt like a lot wanted to be said. So The first thing I wrote is old residual energies from a previous relationship need to be processed and acknowledged. That's definitely like the title of this reading, and we'll go deeper and further into it. But when I say a relationship, it doesn't have to be, a romantic relationship. I think familial relationships, as well as somebody you could be co-parenting with, came up. So take that if it resonates for you. If it doesn't, let it go and let it flow. It could be for someone else watching, but take it as it resonates for you. Some relationship in your life where you had some sort of a falling out, those old residual energies could still be affecting you, and you may need to still process and acknowledge them. So I wrote trust issues. There could have been a falling out in some type of relationship that left you with trust issues. And this reading is reminding me a lot of another reading that I did. I think it was Lost Messages from Your Heart, but either way, I will link it so that you guys can check it out. But if you are coming from that reading and you had the pile that was very similar to this, it could have also been pile 2 for that one, but don't quote me on it. This has a similar narrative, so it wouldn't surprise me if you came from that reading. So focused on success and material things to distract from this pain, or to invest where you see a reward. So maybe you saw that things didn't work out with this person, and so logically you kind of got out of your heart space and went into your mind and said, okay, well, where can I invest that's going to bring me a good return on my investment? Where can I invest that's going to make me successful, give me a reward if this didn't? And so you went more focused on material things. So you may put on a face that says you're doing well to others, or people from the outside see you as being successful and maybe don't know that your heart was broken or your trust or faith in something was lost. So I'm so sorry if this did happen to you, and if your trust in something or a certain type of relationship was lost, or in a person. But people definitely see you as successful from the outside and wouldn't guess that you went through a heartbreak or something as deep as you did. So this is something more that's affecting you internally than people looking in from the outside would be able to tell. So people who take the time to really look in your eyes and be present with you would be able to see this, but they'd have to look beyond the surface. So maybe someone who you're really close with in your life who, is able to truly be present with you has seen this about you, but people in your outer circle or who aren't that close with you wouldn't be able to tell. You made it look easy from the outside. So this quote came through, still managed to moonwalk straight through a minefield. So you were going through an emotional minefield where it maybe felt like, bombs were going off emotionally, causing you all of this emotional turmoil, but you were moonwalking through it. You made it look easy. Like people couldn't tell that this affected you as much as it did. Like you kind of kept moving, like I said, and decided to focus on, your success and being successful in maybe more of a career way. You put your head down and kept working despite the emotional pain you were going through. Maybe you don't know how to heal from this, and that's okay. Tell source and be open to help. So if you're saying, look, Veronica, I know there's residual energies from this falling out, but what do you want me to do about it? Like, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I want to focus on my success. I would open up to source, to whatever you believe in, God, goddess, universe, and ask for help. Just say, listen, I want to heal from this. I don't know what else to do. Show me what to do. And you'd be surprised when you open up to that level of support. It really does come and flow in for you. Of course, then you have to listen and follow your intuition based on what you're told from there. But that message came through. Also, the song is called Champagne Poetry, and this message of maybe when you drink alcohol, it all comes out. So we all know when you drink, your inhibitions are lowered, and so there's less of a filter between, you know, what you say and do and what's going on internally. And so maybe you talk about this a lot, or it can come out when your inhibitions are lowered, when you're drinking. That's maybe more when you talk about this, and maybe even surprise yourself, because, you know, it's just kind of all coming out. It could be somebody who has tried to reach out to you and you've rejected them. Maybe your success is your way of proving this person wrong. So this could kind of be an insight that maybe you're not privy to. Maybe you feel like, I don't know, maybe they said something about you or did something to you that made you feel unsuccessful in some way. And so you feel like a big motivating factor or driver for you is going after success and being successful, and this is your way of proving this person wrong. We also have, deep down, you want this person to know how much they meant to you and how much they disappointed you. And I can totally relate. I understand what this feels like. Yeah, when you put somebody on a pedestal and they mean so much to you, the crash and crumble of that can be really tough. And maybe you feel like you didn't mean as much to this person as they meant to you, or that they just don't understand, you know, the hurt and pain that they caused you, with whatever it is that they did. So the impact of losing them was heavy on you. If you want to explore this, you have to get out of your mind and into your emotions and heart. There you'll find what you're looking for. So like I said, it's almost like once you felt this pain, you kind of left your heart space and went a lot more into your mind, into your logical side. But if you tune back into your emotions, that's where those residual energies are there, you know, waiting for your acknowledgement. So this other quote came out, career's going great, but the rest of me's fading slowly. So that was a line in the song, and that really encapsulated, you know, the message that was coming through for you. So something outside of your work could be wearing you down. And once again, this message of what this person meant to you, and maybe that's the heartbreak. Maybe they meant so much to you. And it makes me think of a parent. You know, when we're a kid, our parents are a whole world. And then there comes this time where we realize like our parents just a person. You know, they don't know everything, and they're just doing their best. And that realization that that person, you know, wasn't what you thought they were, the way in which they disappointed you, that's kind of like the sore spot. So those are the messages that I got from the song, and they definitely go nicely with your card of polarity. So it's about integrating your shadow side. There can be no light without darkness. And understanding the law of polarity. So maybe you want to look up the law of polarity and learn more about it, but it's okay, you know, if we still have some heavy feelings, some heavy emotions. That's not a bad or negative thing, because that's, without the dark, there could be no light. That's how we learn lessons, and that's how we grow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get straight into the tarot for group 2, please, Spirit. Messages for them if they're losing faith. What does group 2 need to hear right now? Three of Wands, the Emperor, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and let's get one more. Ooh. And the Four of Pentacles. And at the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So maybe you had visions and dreams of a family or a certain relationship dynamic that you were really looking for. I'm just seeing the mom, dad, and baby here. So maybe you were looking for a certain family dynamic or a certain type of love or relationship. And when you had this falling out with this person, it sort of caused you to, like I said, go out of your heart and into your head and really focus on logic, on where you could be successful, what you could make happen. The Emperor of an army, think about, for example, they're the one who is the strategist behind the action. So you really started to strategize on how you could become successful. And that's good and that's great. And nobody will ever take that success away from you. And in fact, it's a really great survival mechanism. So good on you for doing what you had to do to survive. Hey, we're all just out here trying to survive. But just know that I don't want you to have to feel this, any residual negativity at all. That can actually be cleared and healed, but it will take you dipping back into your heart space and feeling uncomfortable in those emotions. Maybe looking at past memories that you've wanted to keep hidden in your subconscious and bringing them into your consciousness, bringing them to light, even if they were stormy or difficult memories, even if they were memories of your heart being broken and your heart breaking. It's so hard to relive this, but there's a difference between remembering something and being in it. You might want to look into EMDR therapy, trauma therapy, because this really gives you a safe space to explore those memories and emotions with a guide, with somebody who can safely guide you through it. If that's not your thing, I totally hear you. You could also look into like hypnosis or whatever, like look into it, see what calls out to you. This is of course work that you could just do on your own, but it never hurts to get support. Okay, group 2, messages for group 2, please. Crown activation. Oh my goodness, group 1 also got crown activation. So source is really present in this reading, saying not to lose the faith. Tap into your sacral power. So you're being given a chance to heal this, but you have to take that step. It's almost like the door is being opened, but you have to walk through it. So you do have free will and control in this situation. And you might be afraid of your emotions. You might be afraid of experiencing anger, disappointment, sadness, even rage. But I'm here to tell you it's okay to feel those things. It's actually when we hold them in and we don't allow ourselves to feel them that they end up coming out passive aggressively towards other people, or we end up holding resentment towards other people. And these all weigh our heart down. So find a safe space, or a safe space for you to feel these heavier emotions, to remember what it is that happened. And this is how you're actually going to free yourself from it. Okay, messages for group 2, please, Spirit. Yeah, you could have really put your head down and focused on work. Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. Yeah, I feel that there's definitely a chance for healing coming in for you. We also have Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. So it feels like you need to find a safe place to express how you feel, whether that's, like I said, a therapist, a journal, somebody who you trust, but opening up and acknowledging what happened, because there's an opening here energetically, spiritually. Maybe you've been feeling this come up, or maybe you don't even know what it was, but you were just feeling some heavy emotions come up. This is what it is, and you can grow. There's a chance for growth, for something beautiful to come out of something that maybe was ugly. Okay, messages for group 2, please, Spirit. Okay, we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. At the back of the deck, we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. So know that your ancestors, your spirit guides are helping you to move through this. You're not alone, and there is wisdom in the wound. Okay, the wound is where the light gets in, as Rumi said. And I actually was meditating with a tree recently, and it made me think of this quote, because it showed me that when we're injured, sick, whether that's physical or emotional, it actually creates an opening. And in this opening, healing can come in, things can change, we can be course corrected. And I feel that if you acknowledge that there's a wound there, it will open up. But baby steps. You don't have to rush into this. You don't have to jump into this. You can do a little bit every day, or whatever makes you feel comfortable. Maybe you're going to give yourself 5 minutes and you're just going to do a body scan and feel your emotions for 5 minutes. And then, at the end of the 5 minutes, you can just go back to your regular life. So, you don't have to jump all in. You can take those baby steps. And I want you to know that this person who you had this falling out with, if they decided to move on or didn't accept something about you, you're not wrong. That doesn't mean that something is wrong with you, and maybe you need to hear that. You're not for everyone. You're for certain people who get you, your soul group, your community of people who are like you. And maybe this person didn't want to accept something about you. But like I said, that has nothing to do with you. That just has to do with them. And maybe parting ways allowed them to go and find their journey with their people, and allowed you to find your journey with your people. So please don't take, anything that this person may have made you feel like there was something wrong with you, because that's simply not true. Okay, and finally, let's get an animal card. This could be an animal who's walking with you on your journey, guiding you, or an animal that represents you or this energy. So we have the manta ray, monitor your energy. So maybe you're on a self-awareness journey right now, and you're learning how to become more aware of your emotions and how you feel. Maybe you learned to become aware of your thoughts, and now you're learning to become aware of your feelings and emotions and getting more in tune with them, because the water element is all about our emotions. And the manta ray is monitoring things, sensing things without judgment, almost like observation. At the back of the deck, we have the fly. You have such a big heart. Let yourself in. So maybe you're needing to, provide some forgiveness, some self-forgiveness. Maybe whatever this person made you feel like was wrong with you, you then are now pointing the finger at yourself saying, yeah, this is wrong with you. And it's like, no, support yourself, love yourself, know that, tell yourself, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect just as you are. I love you. This is good about you. This is great about you. And really, let your own love into your heart space. Okay, so we actually have one last deck here, one more deck. So messages for group 2, please, Spirit. What do they need to know if they're losing the faith? Energy healer. Your natural ability to heal yourself and others is needed now. So maybe there's somebody else who needs your support, and you can't really support them unless you support yourself first. It goes back to that saying of, put your own oxygen mask on first and then put on someone else's. So it's almost like to do the good in the world that you need to do to help others, you need to heal yourself first. But you are needed. Your help is needed in the world. Your help is needed with your loved ones, with the people in your life. So if you don't want to look at, self-healing as a selfish thing, which it's not anyway, you can use the excuse of, I'm going to do better so I can be better for others. Metamorphosis. Like the caterpillar that emerges from its cocoon, you are about to get your wings. So you are going through transitions and changes, and I felt that with your ancestors, your spirit team, the crown chakra. It's like you have an opening where you can choose to grow, but it's going to take you acknowledging your feelings. Creative projects, it's time to get things done. Make your creative projects a priority now. And I'm also feeling this one. Wishful thinking, you are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. And at the back of the deck, we have increase. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. So I definitely feel this healing possible for you. And it's almost like once you heal this and acknowledge this, a lot more creative energy is going to be flowing because you have both the sacral chakra card, which is all about your sensuality, your creativity, and then you have the creative projects card. So I think a lot more creative energy will be flowing through you, and even something will arrive in your life that you've been waiting for. It might even be like the peace that you're looking for. Okay, group 2, that is what I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for coming to this reading today. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel so that I can do more readings for you in the future. And I'm wishing you a blessed day. Bye! Alrighty, so if you selected group number 3 with the expansion card, then this is going to be your reading. So this card says expansion. Spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. So very exciting. We are going to jump straight into our song reading. So we'll go deeper into this card after the song reading. So each group got their own song, and your song is called Navajo by Masego. I apologize to this artist because I've never heard anybody say their name, so I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But I will write it on the screen here so that you guys can see how to spell their name. So Navajo by Masego. So I'm going to go ahead, listen to the song, and write any messages that come through. Pause the video, and I will come back and let you know what messages want to come through to you. Okay, group 3, so let's go through your messages. This was a super interesting reading, so I am excited to get into it. So the first message that came through is someone regrets how they treated you. They may even feel guilty or like no one can replace you. So someone, you know, in your life or who was in your life really regrets how they treated you. They might feel guilty about how they treated you, and they may have this feeling like they can't find someone better than you or like you, or you know, you're irreplaceable in some way. This person thought since you are a deeply spiritual person that you would never cut them off. But to them, it looks like you moved on and never looked back. And with this expansion card, I really see this as you soaring, flying, growing, shining your light, really like stepping into your power and going after your dreams. And this person feels like you moved on without them and you just never look back and you don't care. Maybe you put up with bad behavior from others, so they thought you'd put up with their bad behavior too. They could have taken advantage of the fact that you were an understanding person and felt like they could get away with certain things because of this. So I'm not seeing like any huge malicious intent, but yeah, they felt like, okay, yeah, group 3 is such an understanding person. Like I could kind of get away with this and get away with that because they're going to be understanding towards me. So they kind of could have taken advantage of that. This person was very caught off guard and surprised when you put your foot down with them. So there may have come a time where you put your foot down and said, you know, I'm not going to take this bad behavior anymore. And they were really caught off guard and surprised. You emotionally fulfilled this person in some way and they missed that feeling. It's like you satisfied a feeling of being emotionally fulfilled, and now that you're not in their life, now that you're gone, they're having trouble like getting that emotionally fulfilling feeling again. It's like they saw you as a flower and you became a warrior. They didn't think it was in your nature, excuse me, or you had it in you to fight or defend yourself like that. So once again, like they saw you as this maybe sweet, understanding, spiritual person, and maybe when you put your foot down, maybe you even cut them off and they were just like, whoa, they didn't see that you had that in you. All of a sudden that flower like transformed into a warrior and started doing this like sacred dance of protection and like cutting them out from your life. And they were just like very caught off guard by it. They miss your sweet nature. This person could feel like you betrayed them in some way. This person could think that you sold yourself out in some way. And they also dream about you. They might think that you're giving them the evil eye, or the feelings of guilt that you caused them or that they feel like you caused them are making them feel damned in some way or like they have bad karma. So yeah, and then I wrote, they may feel like they need your forgiveness to move on. So it's almost like when you put your foot down and said that you're not going to take this behavior anymore and you kind of cut them out of your life, they realize that they did something wrong or bad, and maybe they've never truly like taken responsibility for it or really let you know how much you meant to them and opened up about it. And so they feel like they have this bad karma on them now, or like you're giving them evil eye, or like until they resolve things with you in some way, it's haunting them. Yeah, I put, they feel like they're damned until they apologize or make you understand that they are sorry and they did care about you. So that is your reading from the song. I definitely feel like that was more about their energy, but Spirit is coming through just to let you know about this. But I definitely feel like you're in this expansion energy. You are, living your life, doing your own thing. But since you clicked on this reading, you might be losing faith. So let's go ahead and delve deeper with the cards and see what messages they have for you. Can we please get messages for group 3, Spirit? What messages do they need to hear if they're losing the faith? Okay, we have the Moon. I just heard all is not what it seems. Okay, we have the Hermit. 2 major arcanas out on the table here. We have the 4 of Wands. Beautiful energy. And let's get one more. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. And at the back of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So even though this person, thinks that you're fine and you moved on without them and it looks like you didn't care at all, deep down, you know that that's not the truth. You know that you had to deal with the loss of losing them. You may have even gone into hermit mode, to isolation mode, and to really had to work on yourself. But this is the difference. You did the work. You brought yourself back into harmony and alignment. You got in touch with your emotions. You allowed yourself to feel the pain and the hurt of losing this person. And you took it slowly, step by step. And you were emotionally mature about this situation. You maybe put effort into creating a more harmonious home life and found ways to emotionally fulfill yourself outside of this relationship, whatever type of relationship it was. Doesn't have to be romantic, could be work, could be family, whatever the nature of this relationship is, or it could be romantic, friendship, otherwise. But yeah, you found other ways to emotionally satisfy yourself, to other things to emotionally invest in. So it's not that you weren't hurt by the loss of this person. You actually went through probably a period of confusion for a really long time where you were trying to understand who, this person coming through in the reading really is, because maybe the idea that you thought you had of them was very different than how they were making you feel, and you had to reconcile that. So I see that you went through a period of confusion. Then you kind of went into this hermit mode to, retract, take a step back, pull away your energy from them. And then you learned, what to invest your emotional energy in, what would actually give back to you emotionally. And maybe you even trained, took a course, studied, did a program. You did something that helped you come on top emotionally from this situation, help you to kind of learn what it is you needed to learn from this experience and see things clearly. I'm also seeing this card here, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so communication could still happen between you and this person. I'm seeing a very blunt out of nowhere communication that could come in. Let's see. Building upon this Knight of Swords energy here, strength. Yeah. This person might just not be as emotionally mature as you, as emotionally intelligent, and you are very emotionally mature and intelligent. So your energy might not match up to them in this way, and their ways of I know deception and manipulation are big words, but take it as it resonates. But the ways in which they tried to promise you things that they couldn't deliver, I don't see that really changing about this person. I do think that you're a more emotionally mature person, and they may not be able to deliver what it is you're looking for out of this relationship, even if they do like reach out to you again and want to have some sort of communication or relationship with you again. Okay, group 3, please, Spirit, what messages do you have for them? What messages do you have for group 3? Trust and forgiveness. It is time for you to let your guard down and learn to trust again. And it's so funny because I was just thinking, well, where have you lost the faith? Where has group 3 lost the faith, right? Because if you clicked on this reading, it means that you felt like you lost the faith in this in some way, right? But this reading so far has kind of been about how you came out on top and this other person didn't really measure up. But now I can see that maybe you lost faith in trusting, you know, either this person or trusting in your own ability to read people, assess people, trusting in your own discernment. And now it's time to let your guard down and learn to trust again. And even if it's not with this person, maybe it's with other people in your life, maybe it's with yourself, maybe it's time to learn and trust again in your own discernment and ability to know whether people are right for you or not right for you. Okay, messages for group 3, please, Spirit. Speaking up, your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. So if you do happen to have any type of communication with this person, definitely stand your ground, speak your truth, let them know how you made them feel. Like, just because they're showing some level of remorse by reaching out to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are at the maturity level to really take accountability for their actions on the level that you need them to. So don't let your truth or your version of things be swayed by them just because they're showing some ounce of emotion. Karma, you may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. Yeah, like I said, they kind of feel like the weight of the karma that came from this relationship. It's like the wrong that they've done you is haunting them in some way. And maybe they also want your forgiveness just to like be free from this bad karma in a sense. At the back of the deck, you have positive life changes. Positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process. So yeah, I don't know, up to you, however you deal with the situation, whether you actually communicate with them again or not. Spiritually, we have so many like cords and ties to people or even contracts with people. So definitely like what we do affects each other, and this reading is a perfect example of that. But I really do feel like justice is on your side. I just see like positive life changes, expansion, growth, you standing in your light, you having the emotional maturity to like take the lesson from this situation and not let it haunt you. Okay, group 3, please, Spirit. Messages for them. Yeah, just know that just because this person never admitted what they did, it doesn't mean they didn't do it. And sometimes it's so hard when we don't get closure from a person because we always then question, well, were they right? Was I overreacting? Did I see something that wasn't really there? But don't gaslight yourself. Like you felt that way. Your soul finally spoke up and said enough. And you as a flower turned into that warrior and protected yourself for a reason. So don't question yourself. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. What is the message here, Spirit? Okay, I'm just really being drawn to the word accountability, and it's underneath this card that represents this person. So, okay, we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And at the back of the deck, we have I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Yeah, so I don't know if this person is going to take accountability or not. I think they're going to try to in their own way, but I would be weary of them just because, like I said, it's in their own way, not in a way that really measures up to the level of integrity that you're operating from. But yeah, I feel like they're trying to reach out to you, at least spiritually, and you are like not faced in their direction. You are faced towards your life purpose, towards your destiny, and towards making the most out of your life. Okay, messages for group 3, please, Spirit. Okay, both want to come out. Serious, star blessing. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. So I think this is the second card about being seen. Yeah, this says, share your message and shine your light, show the world what you're made of. And this says, be seen, push through, proceed. So maybe you're putting yourself out there. Maybe it's even online, and maybe this person is seeing you, and don't be worried about if they're seeing you. It doesn't matter. Like, push through, be seen, because you're not exposing yourself to be seen for this person. It's for a greater purpose. We have Order of Melchizedek, embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. So yeah, your soul mission, your soul purpose is being uncovered. You're aligning with that. And yeah, it really feels like you're on the, the right side of karma, of justice. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. So yeah, I think this person does want to express themselves to you, but that would require them being really honest with themselves and taking accountability, and that just doesn't really seem like it's in their nature. But they might offer you like a gift or something physical, yeah, like a gift or an offer to try and make things right between the two of you. You just focus on your truth, your purpose, your authenticity, your expression, because I see that like just really going well for you. Okay, and final deck here. Messages for group 3, please, Spirit. Yeah. And it's like your guides are guiding you to like protect yourself from this person, or at least just to protect yourself. And their guides are guiding them to like take accountability and own up to things with you. Okay, wisdom of the solar plexus. Yes, once again, this is a great confirmation for you. Don't question your gut instinct. If your gut instinct made you feel like this person was doing something shady or wrong or yeah, manipulative, I'm almost getting, you're not wrong. Your gut is right. So listen to your gut. At the back of the deck, we have spacious mind and soul. So maybe without this person, you actually feel a lot more spacious. It's like the space that they left in your life is welcomed rather than you feeling like you're missing something. Maybe you really are better off without this person. Okay, group 3, that is all that I have for you today. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to receive more readings from me in the future. I am wishing you a blessed day, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye!